Hey everybody, welcome to Chicago. We got basketball without borders action here going on tonight. Africa on the menu this evening. Got the blue versus gray squad, many of them represented on the SimWorld Africa squad. And hey, represented here behind the booth, you got me, Elava, and I'm working tonight. Maestro, got a little bit of an impromptu Silvercast going. Maestro, good to work with you as always.
How you feeling, man? And did you see my blue pants?
Well, I hope this doesn't mean you're supporting the blue team out here, as we see Mizrahi work inside, get a shot off and go. Emmanuel pulls the rebound. Warm, humid night here in Chicago. Warm here in the gym, but both these teams start the game cold. And Khalid Yahya pulls down that recruit and sends it up the other way for the blue. I mentioned a lot of these players on the SimWorld Africa squad. There's one new out of Israel, Mizrahi. Takes another shot inside, but can't get it to go. Mizrahi comes in. Oh, look at the steal by Mizrahi, and he slams it home. Impressive there, Rafael Mizrahi, 6'7" forward, known as something of a shooter too, and they might have something there with Mizrahi.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to go and bust your chops early here tonight. I know who I'm really looking for to see what they're going to do, but who are you looking for to really seeing what they're going to do here tonight?
Well, I mean, I think if you're a basketball fan of a certain age, such as you and I might be, Maestro, the name Yinka Dare is a little bit in your cultural memory. Oh boy, here on the court, tough moment there for the gray squad. Easy bucket for the blue in the end. But Yinka Dare Jr., the offspring of Yinka Dare, Seton Hall prospect, who was a high draft pick by the Nets, never quite panned out, but Junior is out there for the gray tonight, and they're down 4-0 right now.
And hang on to that story about him, because he's a classic example to me of the guy who
feeds it down into Dare Jr., and he's got a long, tough turnaround, but the 6'8", 240-pounder drains it.
And that's the shot that his father never could get right. And I think that was one of the reasons.
Saleh has it up top. Gives it back to Mizrahi. He's at the only 2 points. Instead, Mandela, that's Mbuso Mandela out of South Africa. More on him later in the broadcast. Couldn't get that three to go, however.
Well, I tell you, I'm really looking forward to seeing on the great team Idris Najam, 6'10", 224 pounds. Just, that's something that they have never. Africa's never really had that consistent big guy, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. And as close as they've come with a few players, right, for having that big guy that could be that super force, they were either defensive, strong only, or selective offense, right? And I really want to see Miss Razi with the finish, number 2-2, putting it down. I like the headband, and the hair with the headband is really cool too.
What's going on there?
But I really would like to see Africa develop that big guy that can become in the vein of like a Jake Lee, a Tony Henderson, those sort of players, right? Because I think that's the one thing that they've been missing for a while, or more missing, period.
Jam, 6'10", 225-pounder out of Morocco, and played prep basketball last year. Still raw, only averaged about 2.5 points, a little over 2 rebounds, and 10 or so minutes in game action. But decent athlete and a good defender. Can actually out and defend a little bit on the perimeter as well. Najam, definitely looking like a key cog, and by far the biggest player, along with Yinka Dare Jr., but 17-year-old Dare Jr., just 6'8", Najam 6'10", definitely the more traditional this project. Blue with a chance to extend the lead out to 4, and Mandela can't get that one to go, but he's also got some prep experience. Played about 5 minutes per game last year, averaged about 2.5 points, and again, another player Africa is going to ask a lot more of this year, and Mbuso Mandela. Ooh! Hasty little drive inside there, and Gray have shaved this lead down to 1 point.
The passing, to me, for all of the cats from Africa and even the cats who, working through, the passing has always been there. I mean, when I say that, I mean right at the door of becoming like that level you need it to be, right? And I'll say this. I think once the great shot there. I think once we start seeing that scoring consistency out of Africa, I think everything is going to fall into place. Athleticism is never a problem. The ability to move is never a problem. But it's being consistent with the scoring, I believe, has always been the problem. I know I keep kicking that horse. I know it's been dead for a while and turned into glue by now. But I think that's the one thing. I think that's the one thing that if anything can develop out of Africa, more scoring consistency within the floor of the game. And there's Najam with the finish. We were just talking about that 6'10", able to get up the floor and moving down. And that's what I'm talking about, of being able to sort of see if he can develop into that player. Oh, my goodness.
Okiki with the ball. He hit that 3 a minute ago for the blue squad. Okiki gets it back, lines up another, and gets another to go. 6'5", 17-year-old out of Nigeria. Only hit 27% of his three-point attempts last year, but it looks like he's been working on that this offseason.
He's all muscle, 209 pounds. Come on, you know once he shapes into his body, oh, he's going to be something to handle.
Lead Yaya. Algerian clears off the rebound. Mandela swings it over. Okiki again, this time inside the three-point arc. Doesn't matter. He's got it dialed in right now. 8 quick points from Uche Okiki.
How you like that release, E?
It looked pretty pure. It's looked pretty pure the last 3 shots.
Really quick, too. I like that. Within a half a step, he's already releasing the ball. That is the kind of that's that athleticism. I keep talking about that. We've seen it over the years. You and I've been watching over the years. We've been seeing it for a while, right? But to actually start to see it starting to pay off, that development of basketball as that global game, as we're starting to see, especially here. Excuse me. Especially here in SimWorld Hoops. It's just, that payoff is going to happen. And wouldn't it be great to see the international teams from Africa to Asia, all across the table, start really building it out to the point of just, my goodness gracious, there's nothing they won't be able to do, and we can start talking about them in the regular.
Well, Africa already loaded up for next season. Like I said, they are bringing 3 players back. We've talked about all of them already. Okiki, Najam, and Mandela coming back this next season. We'll hope that you are coming back this next season, and I hope you're bringing some people with you. Remember to share with your friends, even with your enemies. SimWorld TV, you can't do this without you. And thank you, really, for being part of this journey that we are all on. Thank you very much. And Africa on their journey of their own. Coach Abayomi Adebayo been with the squad for a little bit of time now, so a nice consistency, nice base to build off of there. And looking up and down their roster, SimWorld Africa for this next season, definitely intriguing. Have some people who we've seen from Okiki and Mizrahi tonight. Decent size, also decent shooting ability, and with the defensive prowess that Najam brings in the paint, Africa should be dangerous. And there is a steal. Take it away. I think that was Brian Kamara. Got that steal. A nice block on this end, but nice second effort as well. That's Dennis Kamara. You have Brian Kamara and Dennis Kamara, both on the blue team, but Dennis spells his name with a K, Brian with a C. So, be a challenge to broadcasters everywhere.
It's your choice, Hey, they can still be clean. Just don't know.
Dealer's choice. However the listener cares to imagine it in the moment.
That's right.
Nice drive. Leads to an easy finish. Nothing Dennis Kamara can do about that one.
Again, a big shout out to everybody there. Thanks for welcoming me back. And, you guys are the best. You see out there in SimWorld doing your thing, watching and supporting the international players too. Hey, I know you guys. I know some of them already out there watching the game now. I'm doing some early scouting, so this is gonna get that out the way right now. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Y'all ain't being nice for no reason. And that's all right. Handle your business. Handle your business there.
Talking about scouting, keep an eye on Uche Okiki. 4 straight shots he's taken, he's made. Looking like he might be a more pure shooter than what he showed last time around. Andela brings it back up here. Under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. What's been an entertaining contest between the blue and gray here so far. Blue's been in front all the way. Amati looking to stretch that lead a little bit there, and he does. That's another high school recruit, George Amati. Doing a little bit of resume work. 8 time in this game. Bucket there too, brings it back to 5.
So, by the way, I'm gonna let our viewers in there. Thank you guys for checking us out and being with us. I appreciate you. I'm definitely not gonna let Jason Bourne handle my scouting recruit. I tell you that right now. See, guys, for everybody to check it out. He's over here. He's got a stack of papers, height, weight, shoe size, favorite hobbies that they have from kindergarten and stuff like that. Me, I got a couple of gyros here, a hot dog with some cheese and onions on it. And but I haven't, because I keep looking back at the maroon tank top in the never mind, I'm sorry, blacked out. We'll come back. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep peppering E with questions just because I like to see him get frustrated with me when he says, "That's not what I'm thinking about right now, man."
I know this game doesn't mean a whole lot, but I think the coach of the gray squad not too happy right now. They suddenly trailed by 20. And Della getting in on the outside shooting for the gray, unable to get anything going. Brian Kamara brings it up the court. Gets some handles for a big man. Gives it off there to Mandela. Struggled with his shot to start this game, but pretty good there. Finds a Kiki. He has missed or made 4 straight. Make it 5.
Just the
huge first quarter.
So for everybody who's checking it out, when we talk about release, we're not talking about how fast you shoot the ball. That's just chunking it. What we've seen here in 4, as he pointed out, in 4 possessions in a row, from the time you touch the ball to the time you actually get a full rotation release, if you can do that within a half a step, you're in the elite zone. You're in that zone where I know I can kick the ball to you at any point and you're good to go.
The blue doing that a lot in that first quarter. Okiki leading the way. We're going to take a quick break. Second quarter. And we are back. Big lead for the blue squad. Uche Okiki. Not miss a point. No, that's a shot. He's racked up 16 points in an impressive opening quarter for him.
Indeed.
Okiki just averaged 4.9 points a game. Didn't shoot the ball well last year, but fairly decent production considering that he played in just under 10 minutes per game. Definitely has a nose for putting the ball in the hoop, for scoring. If he gets more efficient like he's looked like tonight, he's going to be a handful.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, great move down low by Cam. And that's that athleticism we're talking about, right? You know, a player like that, you can see him fitting in on any system that is big driven, right? You know, you can see him working on any system, working with any system that will allow it, especially a big who can move, right? You know, you look at a team, you want those players. Another big that comes to mind that you know I'm crazy about is Banks, right? You know, those bigs that can help you flip your offense upside down. They can run the bigs from the top as well as in the post and in the mid range, and also more importantly defend, right? So you see a player like him, of course. There's very few teams that once he finds his athletic footing that he won't fit on and be productive.
Kiki is out there on the floor right now, but this is Mandela dialing up a long three, and he gets that to go. Mandela kind of earmarked for the point guard role next season. Definitely has good court vision and passing. Shows you can shoot there a little bit too. Turnaround on this and won't go. Nice rebound, however, underneath. That is some fairly strong work, and that is none other than Prince Kebede, high school recruit. Unsigned at this time.
Weight room bucket. I did one more than you did.
Yep, one more rep. Mandela has it out top. Searches, looking for Okiki, but instead drives inside. Nice second effort from Kamara. And wow, Prince Kamara. Or excuse me, not Prince Kamara. Dennis Kamara. Christopher Akpan, the big man out front, trying to find something inside. Nice dish from Akpan. Finds Prince Kebede underneath. And
Akpan makes me look smart. I just got to give him a shout out for that's what we're talking about. There's a big guy handling the ball, dropped a dime in the post. Boom, boom, pow, chicken on the wow. Good stuff.
Mandela sets things up for the blue, picks up a screen. Trying to go underneath, work it himself. Turnaround jumper. Won't go. And Bede with the rebound. Here we have Lima Girma. High point man so far for the Gray.
Oh, good vision, good pass. His teammate was not ready for it. He realized he was triple teamed in the post. That's the vision you're talking about. But guess what? If your teammates aren't ready for you, don't count, though.
No, it usually does not. No, instead it's blue ball.
So if you're the great coach,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, everybody. So if you're the great coach, you see that happen. You see your player make a good decision by going in. What do you say to the person who should have received the pass?
Yeah. That's an interesting teachable moment, and I mean, I think it's about being responsible. I think it would be about accountability. This is my guess. What would you say?
Okay, well, first thing I tell them is, get out the movie. Going through the ticket because he was in the right spot. I mean, he followed the rotation very well, right? He was right on the spot, and so these are those things that I think coaches and scouts look for in players that don't show up on the manageable or market stat sheet, right? So look at a situation, you see your guy go in, he gets triple team, recognizes his triple team, instead of forcing a bucket, goes to the relief man who is exactly where they should be, but the relief man is doing what? The relief man is sort of watching like he's watching the movie. I said, ooh, what a strong finish by Mandela there, coming up high and strong and tight. But the relief guy is watching it like a movie, not participating in the game. And that's what you have to tell them, put the ticket down, You're on the floor. You need to be ready for any given moment. You are where you're supposed to be, but you weren't mentally. You're physically where you're supposed to be, but you weren't mentally there. And that's, I don't care about the physical mistakes. The mental mistakes make you great.
A shot from Mandel, a nice offensive rebound from Camaro, who's played some nice minutes. He's not signed either, big number 24 out there in blue.
Ooh, good defense
on this end. The ball does have a tendency to end up in Mandela's hands. I know he didn't block that shot or disrupt that pass, but he seems to end up with it. Amadi tries to fight inside, but just too many gray shirts around to allow for that. Nice dish. Girma finishes.
Yeah. You know, guess what? If you're active, notice I didn't say busy, E. If you're active, the ball will find you.
Well, Kamara, I was just talking about him having some nice moments, takes a tough shot and gets it to go. Brian Kamara, not tremendously mobile, but has shown some nice passing skills. He's got the height and nice little shot right there. Well, some of these players not currently signed on rosters trying to showcase themselves for teams that still have spots open potentially here. And also, I think it's interesting to note, you know, the Blues still comfortably on top here by a dozen, but been maintaining that lead here in the second quarter so far without any real contributions from Jay Okeke, who with his 16 points just completely set the tone for that first quarter.
Yeah, you know, point-wise, run away and hide. Who cares? And tomorrow, of course, starting at 1 p.m., more Basketball Without Borders. I believe, you know what? I should have looked at my cheat sheet there. I believe that game. I think B-Ron's on the call with that game. You know, B-Ron just gets it done. And you know what he's going to say. You know what he's going to say when you get to that last quarter. I can't say it. I made a promise.
Get out. Well, I can't. I'm not a shark. I can't bite somebody else's lines. That's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't care. You know what? I'm what's his name? The little dog that talks about, I don't give a. I'll take that, but SimWorld management told me to back off. So,
I see. Well, prudent sometimes.
I'll just wait till the season starts and they can't do nothing about it.
Okeke on the bench. Mizrahi back out on the court for Team Blue. That's some nice, intriguing moments. Mizrahi, 6'7", 185-pounder out of Tel Aviv. Israeli, and there's been a history of Israeli players in the Africa squad, but actually historically they've been in the sort of stereotype of a sharpshooting guard. Different kind of animal you're dealing with. Rafael Mizrahi can shoot, certainly that's one thing he does bring to the table, but good athlete, willing defender. I think you're going to like watching him. He's calling for the ball down low right there, not getting it on this possession. Mandela's just going to put this up. Way short.
Yeah. First off balance, first time he's actually shot off balance. The other shots he just missed after he was off balance. Which brings you back to what you spoke about earlier. Again, one of those things that scouts look for. When you receive the ball, do you stay on balance? If you get off balance, you get yourself back, and that's how you move and keep yourself going on the floor there. If you take a shot on balance, right, and you consistently miss, guess what? We can teach you, we can train you to be a better shooter. But if you just chunk it up and we don't know what's going to happen, we have nothing to work with. And that's what the scouts, that's what the coaches are looking for here. They're looking at your athleticism, your ability to get from point A to point B. Are you in the play? The points and stuff will come. Every coach believes that they can make every player a scorer. Every coach believes they can make every player a rebounder. But the athleticism has to be there to have some play to work with, so to speak. Defense down, they're really strong, but Mizrahi gets the foul. Again, you talk about a player, you're just talking about him, right? That whole thought about what typical, to stereotype. He's going to be a sharpshooter, it's going to be that. But look, we've seen he's willing to not only play defense, but physical defense. And that's something that's not necessarily been attributed to Israeli players before.
6'7", good athlete as well. Mizrahi did draw the foul there. This will be his first year of SimWorld prep ball. Did not play prior season.
I'm okay with that foul. You can actually coach him out of that foul, right? If I'm sitting in front of him and I go up, I'm going to say, okay, listen, take that left elbow down. Don't worry about making contact with me. You do the elevator booth or the silo jump or the volleyball jump, but you go straight up to impede my shot. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't, but at least you don't get a cheap foul.
The free throws do go down. Mandela brings it back up for the blue. Definitely noticed Buso Mandela in this game tonight. Lots of good moments. Here's Yaya taking a long jumper. He gets that to go. 6'8", 250-pounder of Algeria. Showing off a little bit of range, which really he didn't come in advertised as having. Didn't expect to see that. Fofana from deep for the gray, and he gets that to go again. Not regarded necessarily as a pure shooter. Nailed that.
And did it in traffic there, E.
Yeah.
Yaya was open, which he was a little slow on the release. It didn't matter. He made the shot count. That's what you want to see. He can definitely cut down that release time. That's going to make him stronger on the next level. Once he's able to do that, and it's hard for a big guy to get a quick release, right? Because you don't see the defense the same way as someone who you have a foot, over, who has to have a quick release. And there you go. Again, the slow release caused his shot to be blocked by a shorter man. Those things, he can fix that. He has the athletic ability to see, to fix that, and he has the cool afro. So, you can't have an afro like that and not have a quick shot. It's in the Bible, man. Come on, let's get it right.
Going to need a quick shot here. 0.4 on the clock. Mandela did not get it off in time.
That's a chalkboard play right there. I'm not looking at the players for that. I'm going to take a look at the coaches and say, okay, you got that kind of time. It needs to be someone who has somebody like Mandela's shot's pretty quick. Okiki, I don't believe, was in the game. His shot. Ooh, alley-oop with the finish. Good job. Great passing.
It was a great pass, but I also got to say, Yukadare Jr. has impressed me a few times tonight. Not long before, did a nice, kind of slinky cut to the hole, much more graceful than you expect somebody 6'8", 240, 250 pounds to be able to do. Owen's a post defender, a sturdy defender, but look, they got a double team on it. Now he spins right out of it. Oh, he had a better shot, I think, than he realized. He should have gone up with it right there. He'll learn. Gets it back, resets, double team again, shoots over, and scores.
So strong. I think he was so intended on not being selfish, realizing that he was double teamed, did not realize he made such a good move. And again, the cheap way to coach it out is what? You look down at the floor. How many feet do you see around your feet?
Yeah.
And the John with the block, with the foul. How many feet? And so if you make a move and you look at the floor with that cool Paisley V-neck, you look at the floor and you only see one other foot. That means you're more open than you think than it probably appears to be. Going to take that shot. He's going to learn that. But the athleticism to do it, that was a great call by you. The fact that he recognized that. He made such a strong move. He didn't realize how strong it was, though. And he's going to go back on film and look at that and say, oh, I had that.
That's right. I could have had two. I only got one. Mizrahi gets the first of two free throws to go, and first time in a while, Okiki coming back into the game. Set the court pretty much on fire in the first quarter. Quiet since, but you can still have 16 points, and you've been quiet for a while. We're not even at halftime in an 8-minute quarter game.
Efficiency, not missing. Efficiency, not missing, right? You call it early.
Yeah, hasn't missed a shot.
Everything you put up counts.
Works his way inside and throws it down.
Way to take advantage of that miscommunication on defense. They weren't sure if they were going to rotate, slide, or move on help, and they kind of got caught in no man's land, and he took those 2 steps right in. That's what you want to see from your guy. 2 steps from the free throw line. Make it happen for him.
Najam used his size on Mizrahi. Mizrahi thought he used his speed to get past Najam, but couldn't get the shot to go on the other end. Couldn't make him pay, and Mizrahi has it again attacking the rack. Does get right around Najam that time. Throws it down, the left-hander.
To finish with a right-handed leap. So that shows you how balanced he is from both sides. What you want to see, and a great move by Najam once again. Going to make Maestro look good here because he was my player to look for. It's what the team was able to do. Man, I like when these guys make me look smart, man.
This game, last few possessions, is kind of boiled down to Mizrahi versus Najam. I'm actually not sure why exactly they're matched up on each other, but they are. And here again, you see Mizrahi calling for it. much bigger defender. Right on him. Gets it and puts it in.
The passing, but E.
Wow.
Listen, E, when I came to SimWorld Hoops, you were one of the people who locked me in the shower and beat me to death with a bunch of frozen oranges in a sock, talking about this positionless basketball, fool.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sound like Charles Barkley, it's positionless basketball, fool. You know what it is. That's terrible. You can't position, that's terrible. But the idea here is you got two great athletes on each other. Doesn't matter what position it is, let them go at it, because you know your athlete, you want to athletemicize the other guy, and the other coach is saying his athlete is going to athletemicate you.
That's right. He's giving away 3 inches and about 45 pounds to the bigger Idris Najam. Holding his own. Blue still holding on to the lead here, up by 9. Oh! Shot at the buzzer. Well, there's going to be an official review on that.
Call it. That's right. Call
nice
it.
Jumper, but I mean,
review. Call it. Make him say yes.
Definitely wanting that call.
That's what I'm talking
Christopher
about.
Akpan. Wow, he got that off clean. Now, there's no question about that. That's good. That's going to be a made bucket.
It's
going to be a made bucket.
Make him. Walk over to the scores and say, what?
Send us to the half with a slightly tighter game. Should. Yeah, we're counting that bucket, aren't we? Come on. Okay. There we go. 6-point margin, halftime, comeback, second half when we return.
Yale's here with SimWorld Sports, where we're providing the most immersive virtual sports experience found anywhere out there. If you got the brain, come be a coach. If you got the game, come be a player. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game.
It's time to see the game, be the game.
SimWorld Sports, where you can see the game, be the game.
Second half about to get underway, and this game has suddenly tightened up. If you're interested in that sort of a thing, but probably here to watch the prospects like we are, and we've seen some remarkable shooting performances, really.
Love it.
Impressive from more than a few players out there on the court that we've seen tonight, certainly including Busa Mandela, handling, scoring. Kiki as well, and
Mandela.
More for the blue, Mandela.
He's showing an all-around game, just that presence Africa needs, like, and give you your flowers. You talked about it. We've always seen athleticism from Africa. What have we not consistently seen is that it's scoring. And we're seeing some great scoring tonight. We're seeing some people who put themselves in position, being able to score on platform, off platform. A lot of great moves for the basket, something that we weren't consistently seeing out of Africa before. It would happen, but not consistently enough, in my opinion. But now we're starting to see not only the passing paying off, but the fact that they're able to find they're able to put the bucket in the biscuit, and that's exactly what they need to be able to do to be competitive.
Amadou Saleh just got one to go right there. I haven't talked a lot about him. Another high school recruit looking for a prep home. As Yinka Dare, who had a nice first half, gets nice position, and just really makes it look easy. Little Khalid Yahya, who's, just as big as he is, just as solid. Yahya and Dare are going to be playing together on Africa in prep. They're pretty equally matched. Oh, and there's the first miss in the ball game.
Let's call for the ball.
Uche Okiki.
I think we should send that to SimWorld Hoops Hall of Fame. First miss.
George Akpan has it out top. He was the one who hit that big three at the buzzer.
I think he missed opportunity.
He did get it off.
I would have walked over to the storage bench and just stared them in the eye. What a pass. Akpan, way to get it to your boy. That's what I'm talking about. Big man able to shoot. Big man able to pass. Come on. You don't like that. If you don't out there, to the parking lot. Let's take it outside. Let's take it outside right now. I'm throwing hands and feet at the crowbar. Come on, right to Dari Jr. Come on, that big guys. Tyree Bush, another one, and I keep seeing these guys like him now. So I'm gonna bother Yales, everybody. So don't say nothing. I'm sorry. I'm surprised. I'm not gonna bother Yales. Because Yales hasn't returned a text to me in 2 weeks. I don't know what I did wrong. But I'm going to bother E right now. E, look at the regions around the world. If you were a coach, if you were a coach right now, let's go leave the continental states out of it. Mm-hmm. What region would you like to be in and why?
Probably Europe, because of the concentration of talent that the continent is producing right now, I would say. Very high level. You got kids kind of doing it in the way that they've done soccer leagues over there forever too, where at young ages you're getting affiliated with clubs, and it's a different way of nurturing talent. I just think there's a lot of raw material to work with, and as a coach, that's got to be the most fun thing. So I would probably take Europe, just because of the talent I see right now. Ooh, Kiki, nice steal right there. Some defense from the offensive master of this game.
Great hand.
Yahya. Khalid Yahya, I was just talking about how he's pretty much a clone. I mean, within a handful of pounds, he's actually listed a little bit heavier than Yinka Dare Jr., but otherwise very, very, very similar body types. Maybe not getting the press just because he doesn't have the NBA legacy name that Dare has, but still some impressive moments too. And nice footwork and finish from Yahya right there.
Absolutely. He's definitely had a few more White Castle burgers. So
maybe he has.
Okay. That's okay. He reminds me of a little bit in terms of his timing and his motion. Razor Red. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Also was a little bit bigger, but you're right, in terms of how he played and sort of his body type. I think that's actually a really good comp. And of course, really good player too. Razor Red.
Absolutely. For me, I feel kind of weird. It's like, I made no secret. I've always loved the Africa region. It's one of my favorite places to go. I love the talent that's there. I think there's so much of an upside that I think I would. What an alley, but no hoop on the other side.
Yeah. Misconnection there.
Misconnection on that cell phone bill. But I struggle because Latin America has been coming on so strong that it's just exciting to watch, right? So, you see those players doing their thing there. But I really think, I really hate that we lost. Mandela with the emphatic finish. I really hate that we lost our Middle East representation. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But next, for me, I'll say would probably be Africa, just because athleticism there and the upside of the basketball input that I think could happen would make that area, I think, just so much more interesting in a weird way. Latin America is going to be fine. I mean, those players there have become so strong that they can coach themselves, and I don't say that lightly. What I think the next step for Latin America is going to be a holistic basketball development, and I think that's going to start with being able to add those bigs that you and I spoke about earlier, right? Once they can get consistent bigs, and I don't necessarily mean the 7-footers. I'm talking about, like, my favorite
just
range.
Good, talented, big players.
Exactly, the 6'9", 6'8", 6'10" guys. That's what thing that are athletic, and I think once that happens for Latin America, I think we can stop saying that they are I don't believe anybody really calls them a second-tier team except for maybe Blaze, but
Rick will do that to you.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that would put that to bed.
Ooh, nice drive, nice finish. Prince Kibede right there.
So strong. That's like his third bucket. That's a weight room bucket that we've seen here tonight. I mean, just you as a coach, as a scout, you got to love that.
Well, let's see what he can do with it here. Picks up the rebound, got it in transition. Good job by the blue team of getting back.
Yes.
And Akpan out top over to Emmanuel. And Kibede gets it again. Kind of a clear out for him. Let's see if he wants to go to work. Got shaken free. Didn't really look at taking the three-point shot there, Kibede, but somebody's going to have to put something up here. And not in time. Shot was off regardless.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was a clear out or a misread setup for the triangle.
Yeah.
Late.
In retrospect, I think you might be right about that. I thought they were trying to get Kibede something to see if he could get going individually. And at Mandela now with the ball out top, and he has been impressive pulling the strings, calling his own number and getting his teammates involved. Mara, nice little move underneath. Recognized he had a smaller defender on him. And
yeah. Yes, he did. And once he recognized it sooner, he can save that chicken wing arm that he did to give himself room. He doesn't need to do that. As strong as he is, he doesn't need to do that. I mean, no player at this level needs to do that anyway. But I think his habit of seeing it from old school video or film of players who would take that arm and kind of give themselves room.
Oh, Kamara threw it away, gave it back, puts it up, but can't get it to go, fights for the rebound. And Brian Kamara gets himself a highlight. Put that poster on his own wall at home if he wants to. I couldn't blame him.
I got to ask you something. Is it just me, or are we seeing more and more players finishing not only at the rim, but way above the rim lately?
Way above. Kids are getting bigger, stronger, more athletic.
Jump programs.
Oh, look at that. Tipped up and in.
Jump programs.
Yeah. I mean,
something I never thought would be real.
And there's Dennis Kamara. Blue likes to get both Kamaras on the court at the same time to make it really confusing for us.
I know, exactly. So, my favorite coach, Sister Mary Hamilton, back when we were playing, elementary school ball and city level ball, everybody called her crazy because she would gaff tape bricks on vests for us.
Yeah. Weight vest.
Yeah, exactly. Weight vest. But she would take gaff tape. She'd wrap it. She'd take an old dress vest, put a couple of bricks in, depending on your size, and that's how you ran practice 3 days a week.
Yeah. Yep.
Now we're all 5th and 6th graders, but
Yeah.
she's hardcore.
Well, that's how it used to be done. Kids are bigger and stronger, and they're also softer in some ways now. It's just a little bit of a different time.
Indeed.
At the line for the Gray, Christopher Akpan. Had some decent moments tonight. He's not on a roster yet. I don't know, is there anybody out here not currently on a team? I'm not sure if anybody's done so much tonight, but I would think that they were a must-get if I was still looking to fill out a few roster spots. That said, Big Brian Kamara, thunderous dunk a minute ago as he inbounds the ball now, has had some nice moments. Oh, certainly.
Can I be selfish where I like to see Akpan go?
Sure.
Beyond the arc.
BTA, sure.
Yeah. See them there with Tyreke Bush and Paul McAdams, 6'11", 7-foot athletic guys. Two strong mid-bigs help me out here. Shake back and Jason Jones. Jason Jones.
Okay.
You know, to see him with a team like that, to see that team go big and powerful with guys who have proven being able to play on all 4 levels of the floor. I just would like to see somebody like him there with being able to, when he won't have to carry the weight, he can just develop his game. I'm just selfish that I just think that would be cool.
William and Deloview. Big bucket right there, and that's a tough shot that time. Won't go for Mandela. And, we shouldn't lose sight entirely of the fact that there is a competitive game happening out here, and the Gray, who has never led in this thing.
This is true.
Pretty much as close as they've been here as we head toward the 1-minute mark, third quarter, just a few more minutes of basketball without borders to come from Chicago after this, but we get entertaining. Akpan's hit from here before. Oh, had that thing half down, and said Prince Kabete gets it to go and will have a chance for a three-point play.
The Gray has been in the weight room, son. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't even know. I can't talk to nobody right now.
For raw strength keeping a minute.
I'm sorry. That is that type of play that it looks like 2 points in the box score or the line score, whatever you call it. But to see it happen in traffic, somebody on his shoulder, he's not the biggest guy in the pile and still comes out like that? Come on.
One possession game. This is as close as the Gray has been since it was 2-0, and they disrupt that. Chance to pull within one or even tie here. Girma led the team scoring early on, and this one's been quiet lately. Said feeds Kabete inside. He's been a spark for this team so far here in the third quarter. 3 on the way from Girma. Ooh, way short. I don't know if that got any rim or not that time.
I just want to. I just have a question. Like, has he made that shot at all tonight?
Well,
I'm asking for a friend. Just asking.
Yeah. Just 16 years old, Lima Girma, out of Mozambique.
Oh, 16. Well, that means he's never missed a shot.
He has now.
Yeah. No, he didn't. No, because he'll make the next.
Shot clock off, and Okiki has it up top for the blue. Going inside, and missed. Gonna get that to go. Gray gonna heave it here, and caught some rim at least. But hey, look at this one possession game. Basketball without borders. 1 quarter to go. Come right back. 8 more minutes of action from Chicago. We wrap this up. The Blue-Gray battle. 3-point advantage for the Blue. It is gray ball. And Bruso Mandela, now your leading scorer in the contest. He's got 19. Mandela also on the bench to start this fourth quarter. I don't think that will last too long for the Blue. Not if they actually do care about winning or losing.
Not the way he's been representing tonight. I tell you, just think about who would have said after Okiki starts off with 16 points or 18 points without missing a bucket, right? All of a sudden, your leading scorer at this point in the game is going to be Mandela.
Yeah.
So in honor of B-Ron, I'm not going to say it, but just think of B-Ron. Think of what I'm not going to say. Everybody's going to say, you know the deal. So Maestro's not going to say it, but you know what?
Just B-Ron was. Oh, big drive, big time finish. Okiki is back out there for the Blue. Lima Girma has it for the Gray. And Jonathan Fofana lines up a three, but he is well short on that one. Easy rebound carried away by Saleh.
So one selection check is perimeter. Oh my goodness, is more consistency with the perimeter shooting, right? If you had with one selected check, but the way both teams are getting up and down the floor for the most part, the passing has been great. The finishing on the inside has been great, and those who have been consistent have been very strong. But just overall, just from the group, just with, we like to see that perimeter shooting. Take it up just a few more ticks.
Ooh, I almost think Blue defender might have got a hand on that ball. No matter, it goes down. First bucket of the fourth quarter for the Gray. They now trail by 5, and Dennis Kamara gets it outside of his comfort zone. But he had a teammate who was trying to hit him there, and I think that was Okiki he was trying to find, but intercepted. Chance for the Gray to once again make it a one-possession game.
Pass was too low, unfortunately, and pass was a little bit behind. One of the few bad passes we've seen tonight.
Ooh, Prince Kabete over 2 defenders. Sort of little Euro step, drop step, something happening right there.
He likes the traffic, doesn't he?
Seems to. Oh boy. Parting the seas right there. That was a huge bucket for the Blue. And top by 5, chance to make it 6. Some subs coming in. Kamara coming out now for the Blue, and he's going to be replaced by Khalid Yahya.
Every one of Idris Najam's fouls have come when he's been a half a step late into the point. At some point, when your man is in the air and you're still on the floor, just let it go. And I know he realizes he's 6'10". He realizes that he has somewhat of an advantage with that. But with athleticism, even at this level, if you're already looking at the waistband of the player going up, just let it go at that point, I mean, it's not a big deal now in terms of fouls, but just in terms of a mindset of being aware of what's on the floor, because all of his fouls have come with someone finishing up high and him being late to the defending play with a great move there by Akpan. Way to move without the bucket. There you go. Get yours, Akpan. Don't be mad at nobody.
Christopher Akpan auditioning. Would like to be on a prep team. Hoping some scouts watching him right now. Mizrahi, he's already got a squad, but making a case for why he might be interested. Couldn't get that to go, but Yahya is right there to put it right back down in. Khalid Yahya.
Hands, I like his hands. I just...
Georgia Akpan once again has it. Kicks it out. The 2 bigs, Akpan and Najam out there.
Can you see an Akpan sort of filling the Lattimore role on the team? I know I compared him to Razor Red earlier, but him sort of with his hands, the ability to, how Lattimore's hands were always in the right spot. I know the same thing with him. I think once he gets a little bit more fluidity under his movements, so I'm not comping him to him right now, but just I can see him fitting in so many places. Nice deep 3 there by Okiki.
That's Okiki. Yeah. Getting it done from there. I'm not sure that he's as skilled as Lattimore, but as far as looking at him as that type of player, absolutely. And there's a tough drive. Couldn't get it to go that time. That was R.A. Jr.
And I say that in comparison
back
with
Okiki into Yahya. Nice little 1-2 between the two of them, but couldn't get the bucket to go.
And I say that only with respect to Yaya's hands. Notice how he's able to, with his finger length, he's able to sort of get the ball out of midair. He's able to put the hips back. Even though he doesn't look like he's in position, he uses his wingspan, and basically once the ball hits his hands, he's already in control of it. That's what I was really speaking of.
There's Rahi, just 6'7". He's been doing a lot of work down low. Couldn't score over the bigger defender Najam that time, but interesting to see. That's how Africa will be using him a lot this year too, more of a inside threat. And once again, Dare gets down low, puts it up, puts it in.
You know, if I am a mid-big in Africa, there's a couple of players I'm going to go back and look at that I would suggest some, if I want to break out some old SWBA film and look at players like Ben Wallace, look at players like, even though I hate to say his name, but I'm going to say it anyway, Carmoon.
Perhaps?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I can help out.
Just kind of look at players like that in terms of how they handle themselves around the big. Moses Malone, even Charles Barkley. I'm not saying that to play at that.
Antonio Davis.
Yeah, a great call by you.
Dale Davis, for that matter.
Yeah, just the way they handle themselves around cats who had 4, 5, in some cases 6 inches on them. How they were still able to manage controlling the paint area. Their footwork. Dennis Rodman. Cats who just were able to manage their real estate no matter who they were defending against or who was defending them.
Free throw line jumper there for Mandela. Still your leading scorer in this one, over 20 points in the contest now. Potentially your MVP. Well, there's a nice catch. Great finish from Najam.
He caught himself, he gathered himself, realized he had his man on his hip, he could take his time, he didn't have to quick shot it, make sure that he finished it. Good.
Definitely a lot of potential. Definitely a lot of potential with Najam. Room for his game to grow. If anything, I almost think Dare has even more potential. Even seen a few times tonight on offense where he's just seemed a little bit lost. If he would realize where he was, he'd get an easy bucket. I think as he starts to get more experience under his belt, gets those 10,000 minutes of playing in competitive games under, you're going to see maybe great things. Like right there, Dare just getting run right around. Spun around almost.
And I like how he did that. He knew it was a big move. He finished it. He let the play speak for itself. Just went right back up the court. I like that. That tells me something about the character of the player, too.
Three-pointer from Akpan.
Come on,
I mean, as with apologies to Brian Kamara, who's had some nice moments too, and is also needing a team, Christopher Akpan, to some degree, has almost kept the Gray in this contest with some of his big shots.
Nobody listens to Maestro. I was talking about my man. Nobody listens. That's okay, though. That's fine. I know where all y'all live.
Christopher Akpan's extended audition continues. Ooh! Okiki couldn't get that three, and 2 minutes to go in this one, and the Gray has trailed all game. Look, and there's a bad pass. Sally takes it away, but bad break for the Gray there. I mean, we know it doesn't matter. They don't know it doesn't matter. It was Rahi with the finish makes it more unlikely they're going to do it, but there's still time here for the Gray to come back. And,
never say never. Never.
I think if the Gray pulls this off, they come away from that feeling pretty good about themselves getting a victory. Oh, and what a dish. Ooh, and a tough foul.
Yeah.
It's just a regular common foul, Mandela.
You think he'll make that regular? Because he had clear lane to the basket, nobody else in between them. I know it was close.
Unless they're going to upgrade it here and on, it doesn't look like they are. And you saw Mandela had some words for the people in the bleachers there, clearly.
Yeah.
Some people who either know Najam or are rooting for Team Gray for whatever reason, or maybe just didn't like that shove, let him hear about it. Jawed him back a little bit, Mandela.
Well, you know what? Hey, listen, you got to see that fire, right? That's something that I think that we've seen missing. I don't want to say from the international game, really, because you got your players that like to jaw. Like my boy Juan Bazali. I'm gonna go and get it out the way now. Juan Bazali can talk it, right? Man, he just started. I think he gets off the bus. He's already mid sentence. Love it. Love it. Love it.
6-point game. Well, the Gray does need to stop here as far as the scoreboard matters. High scoring, entertaining basketball game and great defense, actually, as I say high scoring. But Najam, did a good job there. Shut down Mandela twice. And here comes the Gray looking for a quick bucket. Yeah, Dare. Decent position, had to kick it back out. Fofana now gives it over to Akpan. He's been the man of late. Can't get that one to go.
First shot he took off platform all day. He was not ready. He obviously was weak. And I was just ready to make the comment that Gray looked like they're rushing, and they've not done that all night. And it's come back to haunt them.
Well, Mizrahi makes it 90. With 1:09 to go here, I think it's not premature for us to talk about our MVP of the game. Who's your player of the game here tonight, Maestro?
Okay, we got to give it to the winning team. We got to give it to the winning team.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. You don't, but, everybody, all the normies don't like it when, you and I get old school on them.
I understand it. I think if you were the most outstanding player in the game, you were the most outstanding player in the game. And in a team sport, that sometimes doesn't mean you win.
To the choir, Ernie Banks, right? MVP on the team that finished last place. Then you look that up.
Absolutely.
By the way. And by the way, it was not. Never mind. But
Or Chicago. Don't forget.
There you go. That's right.
Easy.
I really like what I've seen out of Mandela tonight. I really like what I've seen early out of Okiki. More consistent throughout the night, though. I think Mandela's gotten stronger as the night went on, so I might lean toward him.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. I think I probably give it to Mandela, but I put a little gold star next to Rafael Mizrahi's name.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by him.
Yeah.
He's the one I'm intrigued by after this game.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Well, still enough time here if they can get some stops, but that's not how you're going to do it, leaving Mizrahi that wide open for athletic two-handed turnaround dunks.
And he, you know what, and he's been out, as I had an old special team coach say, he's been out athleticating everybody all night.
He really has. Too quick and athletic for the bigs, too big for the guards, and just causes a mess out there. This time it's Saleh gets open inside. Quick shot, maybe a little bit too quick. Another chance for the Gray. They need a quick bucket here. And Fofana can shoot from out there. Lines one up, can't get it to go. And I think they're calling off the dogs, and that's pretty much going to be how this ends here. Blue likely content to dribble this out, but interesting game from a game perspective. Close all the way, but the Blue led all the way. Took a 4-0 lead and never looked back.
Gray never gave up.
No, Gray never gave up. Christopher Akpan. Hey, for coaching you tuned into this game, maybe give the kid a shout. Maybe you could use him. Ikadare also played well. Rafael Mizrahi, and of course, Buso Mandela leading the way along with Uche Okeke as the Blue comes out on top in Basketball Without Borders Africa. Remember, more Basketball Without Borders coming up tomorrow on the only place you can see the game, be the game.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.